now trying to formulate a structure out of those 30. Give them the, the greater responsibility. Faithful in the little must be entrusted with much more. Competent, intelligent, you always in every crowd have some people that are more intelligent than others. So the intelligent ones, you can give them tasks like what? Maybe writing the report, you have less editing to do, in terms of spelling mistakes and things like that. And responsible, those that are responsible, those that you can depend on. Among those 30, you will need to find assistance now. Because by 30, that's a church. That's really a church. And so the top leadership will have to be made up of people like that. And how do we develop others while we delegate the ministry? Okay, we've talked about this. Know yourself. Be familiar with the strengths and the strengths that you're passing on to them. Know the person you wish to develop, which is what we just talked about. Their strengths, their weaknesses, their character, whether they're faithful, dependable, tither. Now we have the SGGs that will help you to identify your leaders very easily. Clearly define the assignments, we've talked about that, starting from those 9 at the beginning, teach the why behind the assignment. Like I keep repeating, it's all about the Great Commission. It's all about fulfilling the agenda of God. Let them know why it is important. If God is important to you, then His agenda is important to you. Yeah. For me, I actually question people that have no interest in souls, that have no interest in discipling, no interest in raising leaders. I actually question their relationship with their God, especially after they've been taught. Because this is God's agenda. I'm so in love with God. Anything that He wants done, I will do. Anything that makes Him happy, I will do. So teach it like that, not just from a technical point. Oh, you've got to do this, you must do this, you must come to church in time, you must do this. They're not do's and don'ts. They are relational. If you love your God, this is what you want to do. Automatically, it's in you to want to make God happy. These are the ways in which you can make God happy. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? So they're not do's and don'ts. So teach the why. That's the why. Very important. Underline that. 5. Discuss the growth process as you go. Talk about how they will grow from all this, the way I've just done today. You grow when you grow leaders. You're the one who grows. Spend relational time with them. Invest time when you're not talking about work. When you're talking about their school, you're talking about their career, their interests, their relationships, their family. So important. Not just during your Sunday morning meetings, care group meetings, but also during the week. Now it's even easier with WhatsApp or any other communication. That's what you're communicating on. So how are you doing? So what happened with this? What happened to, how is the headache? Are you eating these days? How's your appetite? Whatever it is, invest. Be relational. Invest. That's why communication really overarches everything. Because all these things that we just discussed, you have to communicate them, isn't it? Isn't it? After all this, the plans, everything. How to serve, the selection, the planning, the vision, all this. You have to communicate. Okay. Number 7. Allow them to watch you minister, which is what you do, obviously, at the beginning. And then later, let them observe and get feedback from you. Let them observe and get feedback from you. Okay. Give them the resources and the authority they need. Remember, the resources, in your small way at the beginning, the resources will be what? Will be the bus fares. The resources will be what? A meeting place. Because if you say meeting in homes, some homes are not, But if you are meeting any morning at 6, that's a resource. You're providing a venue. Some can meet downstairs, some can meet there, some, You're providing the resources. Give them books. you know, that have empowered you and so on. Tapes, particularly of, you know, your founding apostle. Let them get to know more about your ministry as much as you know. Get them the resources, encourage them to journal during this process. That means to take notes, to take stock of what's happening in their lives. Hold them accountable to their ministry. That's reporting. That's reporting. Get reports, especially when you've now divided them into 3. They must report to you, must hold them accountable. Give them freedom to fail. Communicate that they can learn as they go. We are all work in progress. So they must not condemn themselves because they came late or because, you know, they failed to mobilize the group, or, you know, we all fail, but we start again. Debrief. Debrief means repeat. Your honest and to continually repeat the vision and the plan. And then affirm them when they do well. Encourage them all along the way as they succeed. So what would Jesus do? We see in this passage that Jesus shared both responsibility and authority. Yeah, now this one is very big. Okay, let me read it and then I'll explain in case you haven't understood. To succeed in our mission, we must share both our work, the tasks, and our power or our authority with the team. Right now, your pastors are sending you. You are going out under their authority. But you will need to delegate that work and that authority to the people that you are raising. And I will talk more into that a little bit from now, a little while from now. Jesus aimed to develop the disciples as he shared the work. He did not spend the majority of his time on the masses. He focused on training the disciples. You know, the few people that, like I'm doing, spending a lot of time with people that I believe are going to take this ministry far. By not spending equal time with everyone, but with those who were ready to be trained, like yourselves. Jesus was able to multiply his ministry in about 3 years. And from what we learn, we can do it even faster, what he has taught us. So the development process, this is very key, listen to it. So you'll be doing, while they're 3, you'll be doing it while they watch. Number 2. Then when they've each brought their, whatever, this one has brought 3, this one 4, this one 6, you're still together. You allow them now to maybe open in prayer while you watch. So we do it together. Okay? Today, open in prayer, I'll share the word. Next week, it takes a while before you can actually give them the word, because the word is the key thing. We don't trust people with the pulpit too early, because you don't know what's going to come out of them. Give them time. And unfortunately, you can't undo it. You've given them the authority, you've given them the pulpit, because, no, what you said. You see. So the word is the last thing that the pulpit is the last thing that you share. But all the other tasks. So do it together, number 3. Then they do it while you watch. And then you evaluate them. Say, no, this was good, but here you need to improve this. Watch out for this, and so on. And then number 5, they do it while another watches. What's this? You do it. You do it while another watches. Okay, that's when now you have spread them, say, into those 3 home churches. So now they're doing it, but make sure there is a TYWLI. Don't send them alone. Send them to, okay, this one will be your assistant, this one will be your assistant, this one will be your assistant. So the assistant must be watching, and then the whole cycle continues. So the truth about developing people, nearly every lasting movement in history endured because the first group of leaders reproduced their leadership, reproduced their values into a second generation and third generation, a fourth generation of leaders. Otherwise, you're a dying church. It became a movement, the Christian movement, for example, because it was about multiplication and not division. So this is what it looks like. This is a summary. That's you. I'm sending you today. Your pastors are sending you, or your ministers are sending you. You are going to raise leaders, and those leaders are going to raise more leaders. Developing others while delegating. I think this is really repeating or re-emphasizing points that we've already done. So there are several distinctive. Book is so faint, it's fading. There are several distinctions, is it? Yes. Between a leader of leaders and a leader of followers. And here we are here to raise champions. Champions are leaders of leaders. Please say that.
Champions are leaders of leaders.
Right. So number one, you have to have the desire. Leaders who develop followers need to be needed. It's all about me. Whereas leaders who develop leaders want to be succeeded. Leaders who develop followers, it's like I said, every Sunday the congregants need you. So leaders who develop followers have a need to be needed. They get their fulfillment from the fact that they are needed. Whereas leaders who develop leaders want to be succeeded. I.e., as soon as you are sent, you start working your way out of that leadership position. You are raising people that will succeed you. And number two, focus. Leaders who develop followers focus on the weaknesses of people. Hey, this one is a big one. They focus on the weaknesses of people. And how do you know? Now there's 30 of them. You are now trying to raise maybe a top leadership out of those 30. You will find leaders or followers will fight for that new leadership to be formed. When you say, no, we want John. No, John, there's a weakness in this. Peter, no, that one. They focus on people's weaknesses. It's literally very difficult to put a new leadership, the leadership above you. So those are the problems that you will find. But you must understand it. I think it's because they're leaders or followers. But leaders of leaders, what Apostle Charles would always say, get in there and then find out, what's going on when you're already in there. It's like, be assertive. That we've trained you after all. But you'll never grow until you actually exercise. But you find people that are leaders or followers never want anyone else to get in there. They must remain like the life leaders. But churches like that don't go. I repeat, I'm not talking about Celtic churches. Such Celtic churches, they literally worship the leader. So they're happy to be the ones that. But apostolic churches are not like that. I'm an apostle. I'm sent to raise more pastors, who will raise more ministers, who will raise more leaders, who will raise more leaders, so that I can actually work myself out of the church. That's an apostolic church. So that this church must be everywhere across the globe, without me. With or without me. I'm not saying I'm going anywhere. But that's an apostolic church. So, focus. Leaders who develop followers focus on the weaknesses of people. They focus on the weaknesses of the people that you're now trying to put into leadership. Whereas leaders who develop leaders focus on the strengths of people. So I find I'm always defending, even with that, what do you call that process that we had in April, confirmation process. I had to keep defending. No. We're trying to raise them. They've got some strengths. There's something that they can also contribute to the church. Just, no, that one I think, no, we need to give them time. So you should not be such leaders. Look at the strengths of people. There's something that they're able to do. There's some value. So they will extend the kingdom of God from their strengths. The weaknesses, let's work on them. I'm not saying we should ignore them. Priorities is number 3. Leaders who develop followers, priorities. Leaders who develop followers only devote effort to those with the most needs. And it's important. There's nothing wrong with it. All this, this is important. You must focus on people's needs. Whereas leaders who develop leaders devote effort to those with the most potential. I repeat that the potential to meet more needs. Basically multiplying yourself so that you're not the only one meeting needs. You're raising other people with the potential to meet other needs. Number 4, abilities. Number 4, abilities. Leaders who develop followers are good leaders. But here, we are looking for great leaders. Champions are great leaders. In this church, we are happy and blessed and grateful for good leaders. But through CILD, we hope to raise great leaders. Number 5, attitude. Leaders who develop followers attitude. Number 5, attitude, yes. Leaders who develop followers lift up themselves. Always feel good about themselves and what they've achieved and what they're able to do. That's good, that's okay. But here we want to develop leaders who develop leaders, who lift up others. I hope you can see why they're great leaders. And number 6, time. Time. Leaders who develop followers spend time with people. Make the time, which is good. But leaders who develop leaders invest. So, how much you invest? Taking them around like she's doing, showing them how to win songs. That's a serious investment. It's a lot of effort. Invest time. While they watch you, and then you doing it together, and then you watch them doing, them doing while you watch, and then eventually releasing them. That's a serious investment. And then number 7, expectations. Leaders who develop followers ask for little commitment. Leaders who develop followers.
Expectations.
Yes, expectations. They make the expectations very low. Like, a highly commended just for coming to church. Well, that's a start. But that's only like 5 points out of 300. Whereas leaders who develop leaders ask for much commitment. 100%. 300 out of 300. Because I'm raising leaders here. I'm not raising followers. Followers are just churchgoers. And number 8, leadership. Leaders who develop followers lead everyone the same. Lead everyone the same way. Where leadership, same. Lead everyone the same. Whereas leaders who develop leaders lead everyone differently. Like you. I'm leading you differently. This is not how I preach to a congregation.